Go ahead and continue discussing the latest developments on these Epstein files and the saga behind it all. We want to get a perspective from a member of the from Congress. He serves on the House Oversight and Reform Committee. He's joining us now by phone as Congressman Andy Biggs. He serves on several important committees and represents the 5th Congressional District of Arizona. Congressman Biggs, welcome back to Washington Watch. Thank you for joining us.
Jody, it's always great to be with you. Thanks.
Well, listen, I know you've got votes swirling around there, so we'll try to be quick, but thank you for coming off to the floor to speak with us for a few moments. All right, it's all within just a few days, there's been a lot of movement on these Epstein files. That, of course, was all capped by President signing the Epstein Files Transparency Act. What's your thoughts on what all has unfolded the last few days here?
Well, what you've seen is everybody kind of coalescing, President Trump, members of the House, members of the Senate, to say, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's see what's in the Epstein files. Now, the Epstein files, Jody, is a bit of an amorphous term. It includes police reports, supposedly phone logs, airplane logs, all these things that we want to get a look at. And it also may contain a list of perpetrators advanced by the victims. And so a lot of stuff coming out. And the other thing is most of the stuff that you're seeing that's brand new, that's throwing a lot of dirt on Democrats, is coming from the Epstein estate files. That is to say, the Oversight Committee that you served on with me when you were in Congress, they basically subpoenaed the Epstein estate and got a bunch of documents and released those.
Wow. All right, so, while all this is unfolding, and I would imagine it's going to take quite a while to get through all the information that's there, but we have Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer basically saying that the Republicans have been spending months now trying to protect Donald Trump and hide what's in the files that pertain to him. But when you look at what the Republicans are doing, I mean, they're pushing for these files to be released. You compare that with what the Democrats did under the Biden administration, constantly hiding and protecting him. How in the world do you compare the two?
Well, there is no comparison. You were here, and you and I and a few others, not many, but there were a few others of us, even Donald Trump in the first term, were seeking basically release of these records. But we picked it up during the Biden term. We really were pushing hard, and the Biden released none. No, not a single document or record was released while Joe Biden was president. And then when Donald Trump came in, you've seen in excess of 60,000, somewhere actually getting close to 100,000 records have been released. So there's no comparison. And I find it absolutely hypocritical for anybody on the left to stand up and say, Donald Trump was hiding this stuff. He wasn't hiding it. It was the Biden administration. And we know why. I mean, you have things like the Plaskett, delegate from Virgin Islands, was actually coordinating, if you will, colluding, whatever you want to say it, with Jeffrey Epstein to try to discredit President Trump in real time in an actual committee hearing, Jody. It's just unimaginable. You and I would never, I just never would have imagined such a thing.
No, and I can only imagine that even that is just the tip of the iceberg of more that's going to unfold with all of this. And the Democrats seem bent on one thing, and that is to try to tie Donald Trump with all of this. And I think that was underscored even last week with the documents that they released from the Oversight Committee. What does that tell you about where the Democrats are on all of this?
Well, they want to hide this stuff. I mean, the debate that we had over Plaskett was obvious. She basically dug herself a hole and admitted that the reason she was willing to talk to him, meaning Epstein, was because she wanted to get Donald Trump. And that's kind of everything, whether it was Jamie Raskin, it was Ranking Member Himes, whoever it was, they were kind of always pointing back that this was about Donald Trump, which begs a bigger question, Jody. Why don't they care about the victims of Jeffrey Epstein? Why is it all about a political attack on Donald Trump?
Absolutely. Real quickly, if I can, Congressman Biggs, we've got less than a minute to go here before a hard break. But a pretty big move with Washington, D.C., a couple of bills that remove cashless bail and some police reform. Real quickly, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, we're trying to bring safety and the rule of law back to D.C. It's been miserable, high violent crimes rates here. Donald Trump made it safer with National Guard immediately. And so we're just bringing two common sense rules of law into the place, saying you can't get out on bail if you're a violent criminal. You're going to have to stay in. And guess what, Jody? These are the things that are most common where you actually have the rule of law. And you can't have freedom unless you have rule of law. That's
right.
why we're here. It's going to help out.
Absolutely.
It's going to help out the D.C., yeah.
Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs, thank you for stepping off the floor. You better run vote. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.